gentlemen, and welcome to Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University. We are here for the Division VII regional final between the home team Mohawk Warriors and the visiting Ayersville Pilots. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Greg the Wizard Kinn. We've got Jacob Ellis on the call with us here today. Kyle Holsinger and Emma Meglin handling the camera duties for us. You're tuned in here on the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. We're just moments away from first pitch between these two. As Jacob, Greg, welcome to the broadcast. It's a pleasure to be on with you guys today on a beautiful Friday afternoon.
Ooh. Yeah, it's fun to be here, fun to be on this side of it today, and we got a big, big crowd, big game, big crew today. So everything big.
Well, I'll tell you what, we were here Wednesday, and they pulled out all the stops for us here. I mean, it was a great atmosphere, great event, two great games. Of course, the Mohawk Warriors trailing the majority of the game against Hilltop, and then they came through with that big inning in the top of the seventh, 9 runs on the board to take a victory and to secure their spot here in this finals. But these Ayersville Pilots, led by Kendra Waldron, I'll tell you, this team, 18 straight victories to get to this point. They are playing with a lot of momentum. They're on a roll, and it's led by this one right here, Waldron. I was starting to read the back of her jersey, and I'm like, that does not say Plots. But we are underway as the first pitch is high from Aubrey Gottfried, Nate Mullins, Greg the Wizard Kinn, Jacob Ellis here on this beautiful Friday evening on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Here's the 1-0. And misses. Gottfried and Waldron. This is a pitcher-pitcher matchup here as that one foul tipped. 2-1 to count. Both these pitchers went the distance on Wednesday, securing their team spot in the finals. Swung on and missed. Elevated the fastball there, got her to swing at it, and it's an even count.
So impressive at softball. These pitchers throw 100 pitches, and then 3 days later, right back at it, expected to go the distance.
There's a 2-2, grounded to the pitcher. Gottfried fires over to first for out number 1. And that's a big out, because I'll tell you, you look at Kendra Waldron's stats coming into this one, and she's the spark plug for this team. She's the ignition. She's what starts the engine.
Kind of part of the risk putting your best hitter at leadoff, too, because if you get her out, who's picking her up?
There's a running start bunt down the first baseline, and she's going to tag her for out number 2. As really, there was just nowhere to go there for the runner. She had to be in the baseline, and it was perfectly bunted for the first baseman, that is.
Nate, we're a little late on this one, but we forgot to announce we had a first pitch sponsor for today's game. Remember? Let's see if I have it in here. Maybe? I could be wrong. I'm sorry. Let's see here. I thought I had it on here. Oh, I can bring it up higher.
In there for a strike.
There we go.
Woo. 2 down here.
First National Bank of Sycamore, Nate.
Oh, great sponsor here. They added actually last minute with us.
That's my fault there. I didn't have that ready to go for the first pitch, so.
We had everything ready, and then we were actually packed up and ready to go, and sent out a last-minute email. I'm like, hey, guys, there's a lot of Sycamore businesses on this list. I'm sure First National Bank of Sycamore would love to be one of them. And Grant Eckleberry got right back with me. He said, go ahead and throw us on for today.
Nice.
They love to support these Lady Warriors. Yeah, a lot of support over there in that Sycamore community.
Wanted to make sure I got them their love shown on there, sir.
It's a good team to put your name behind.
That's right. Both these Mohawk teams right now rolling with a lot of momentum as the boys play for a district final, or play in the district final tomorrow.
There's so much talent in this area. You got them, got Columbian and Calvert making their runs.
Yes.
Nate, there's a little first glance at my newest invention there.
The picture-in-picture.
Picture-in-picture. Something I thought of today.
That's nice.
Our pitch cam today brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. That strikeout, out number 3. Pilots go 1-2-3. The Lady Warriors due up to bat next here in the bottom of the first. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you live and paywall free right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, CLOUSE Construction, Lee's Floor Covering, SMOKIN SOWS Mobile Barbecue and Catering, the Edward Jones Offices of TIFFIN, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Sycamore Drive-Thru, Party Carts Rental, Big Jumbo's Dairy Bar, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and ENS Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors bringing you this regional final softball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Division 7 regional final, the Elite 8. After this, there'll be just 4 teams standing. One of these two looks to punch their ticket into that Final Four.
Take a look at that sky cam there. Really more of a backstop cam is what we really should call it, but just because today the sky cam is really the main cam.
It's more like a look at the sky cam, because the sky looks beautiful today.
It does. Oh, it's a perfect day for some softball.
I mean, to me, realistically, it's just about different angles. I love seeing everything from different angles. So.
Oh, yeah.
You got you up top, you got you down low, you get you out in the outfield. I love it.
Oh, it was so fun being up there the other day, up atop press box where they have some, like a camera kind of area. It was cool. It felt really professional.
Little crow's nest up there, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word. I guess term.
Kendra Waldron on the mound for the Pilots. Take a look at her numbers from this last game, as she was very impressive, putting away a smoking hot Tiffin Calvert team. I mean, they were rolling with a lot of momentum themselves after scoring 18 runs on Monday against Tiffin Columbian.
Mm-hmm.
They were held to just 1 run on Wednesday here against these Pilots.
Yeah. Absolutely shut it down.
They had a couple great opportunities to score there throughout that one, but that pitcher just was able to get out of all those jams, like you said, Nate.
We'll talk about her numbers. Kendra Waldron on the day. She went the full distance, 7 innings, 4 hits allowed, just 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts.
Man.
And when you look at her numbers on the year, I mean, just absolutely dominant. That's the best word I can use to describe Kendra Waldron. When you look at her stats on the mound, just absolutely devastating. 3-2 the count here on Emily Brickner. When you look at her numbers, she's thrown 2,106 pitches this year.
Woo!
That one misses inside, and Brickner draws a leadoff walk.
Brickner had 3 hits the other day, so she's continuing her hot streak.
She did. But Waldron is 18-3 on the year, and she is riding, like I said, an 18-game winning streak right now. Just 22 earned runs allowed all year.
Number 3, Emily Brickner.
She has a 1.12 ERA, 272 strikeouts on the year.
Man.
Just 37 walks issued.
You know how nice it is as an offense to go, if we score 2 runs, we're going to win the game?
I mean, that's what happened the other night. 2 runs, 1 swing of the bat was all it took for the Pilots to advance into the finals.
Yeah, it's nice when you can just kind of put everything on the back of your pitcher and say, go out, throw us, shutout, 1-run ball game.
This one hit into left field, down the left field line. Brickner's going to have to hold up at first. So a pair of Brickners on base for the Warriors. Mallory at first, Emily at second. And the Warriors. Leadoff runners aboard for Katie Woodland.
That was a great piece of hitting, a little breaking ball there, and Brickner just kept the hands back just enough. Floated it over the third baseman. Good start today for Mohawk.
That's right.
Katie Woodland.
Got your first 2 on board here.
And as nice as 9-run 7th innings are, you probably don't want to have to rely on those.
No. Swung on and missed. Our set restream. I'll have to go back and change that information, folks. I apologize about the game information being incorrect. That one in there for a strike. It's 1-2 here on Katie Woodland. That one hit foul. Out of play.
Seen a lot of bunting in softball, at this level. I'm surprised they didn't try to lay one down here. But I guess the number 3 hit her up. Just let her swing away. So see 1-2 again. Just a little bit high.
Just a bit high.
Swung on and missed. Brought the heat there, guys.
Nice looking pitch. Kendra Waldron. I tell you, she is impressive. And if she gets dialed in, like the other day, Calvert drew a couple of walks, had a hit batter,
That's the first
loaded
out
the
there,
bases.
so.
That is the first out.
Thank you.
But they were able to get to her for that one run, kind of playing small ball. But after that, it was like she just shut them down.
Yeah, with a pitcher like this, you have to take advantage of it every
right.
opportunity you get, because you're not gonna get more than maybe 2 or 3 in a game. So Mohawk really needs to score here. Swings through that one.
Ooh.
But yeah, Greg, good recovery by her so far. Gave up hitting a walk, has a strikeout now, and she's working on getting out of this thing.
She's starting to feel that rhythm, starting to get in the zone here.
So a little bit of the
That's what you were talking about. You kind of want to get those points up. You want to get them up early before she starts to get locked in like that.
Yeah.
She ain't going to give you anything.
Yeah, they're making her throw a lot, though. This is already second or third full count. Roped into left field for a hit.
They're going to wave the runner around. Throw is off the mark, and the first run is on the board for the Warriors. They're going to keep the runner going, and they slide in safe. Wow. Emily and Mallory Brickner both in there safely, and the Warriors on the board, 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
What a...
That's exactly what we were talking about right there, guys. You have to score, and you have to score early, because when this pitcher gets settled in, they're not going to give anything up. So, great job there.
Big 2 opening runs there. And, you know, Mohawk on their side, pretty good pitching-wise, too. So, going to the top of the second, pitching with a at least 2-run lead will be pretty good.
And if you're Aubrey Gottfried, that makes you feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
As you come through with a clutch hit, and give yourself a little bit of cushion here.
Yeah, and check, she got the third on that one, too. So, in play here. That's all she got to do.
That's just heads-up base
Safety
running
squeeze.
there. Oh, this one up the elevator shaft, but the catcher unable to snag it. Blake Miller at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back. Tried to bunt it again. Now it's 0-2. So she'll be swinging away here. With 1 out. Runner at third.
See how close the third baseman was at the end of that?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're trying to get the squeeze play on here, get another run in. Any way they can. They
Absolutely.
know. Take advantage of it while they got the opportunity.
Yeah, just choke up here, put it in play. That's all you got to do.
That one misses. Throw it out to third. Gets away from the third baseman. Gottfried on her way to the plate. In safely. And the Warriors take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
That's just one of those, you try to put the tag on before you get the ball. That was great base running there to get there.
Man, this is the start that you wanted to see from the Mohawk Warriors here if you're a Warriors fan.
Mm-hmm.
See, from the last time we saw these Pilots in this picture, she's already given up 2 more runs than the last time we saw her, Nate.
That's right.
And we're not even out of the first inning yet. That bodes very well for the Warriors.
She covered there, well there with the strikeout looking.
This is right fielder number 18, Anna Russell.
So we got 2 down now.
Yes, sir. At least the bunt down, that's a beauty.
Oh, that one's going to be foul as she was in foul territory when she touched it there.
That was risky over there at third, I think, because Sigler wanted to make the play. She got lucky. It rolled foul just in time. So I don't think she was getting Russell at first.
The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout there for Kendra Waldron. But the damage is done as the Warriors put 3 on the board here in bottom of the first. We head to the second inning. It's 3-0 Mohawk. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit the center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me? It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're in here, and we're back at Meserve Field. Started the second inning. We got a 1-1 count here. As that one's high, it's 2-1. Warriors took a 3-0 lead there in the bottom of the first inning. Now Aubrey Gottfried on the mound. Working with a lead for the first time since the 7th inning the other night.
Yeah.
And in that game, she didn't have a lead until the 7th inning, so. Here's a 2-2. Up high. That's a full count.
That's a pretty nice banner I see there in the corner of that shot.
That is a pretty nice banner, isn't it? I like that.
Some studly looking guys standing there too.
Say some stubbly looking?
Studly
Oh,
looking.
Studley. That makes a lot more sense.
Swung on and missed. Big pitch there. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. Out number 1.
Now batting here
For
is
Gottfried.
number 24, Daniela Coble.
That is strikeout number 2. Waldron had 3 strikeouts there in that first inning, so all 3 outs were strikeouts. That just shows you what kind of what kind of power
Yeah.
she has on the mound.
It's very Jekyll and Hyde kind of inning. You strike out 3, but you give up 3 runs.
But you never know. If you're Mohawk, you had to take advantage. That could be the only chance you get to score some runs today.
Exactly.
That one low, below the knees. Daniela Coble at the plate.
Be careful not to get too relaxed here, coming off that big 9-run inning, getting a 3-0 lead here. Confidence gets pretty high, but it can't border into just thinking you got this on cruise control.
That's right, Greg. Jacob, they've scored 12 runs in their last 2 frames. So
Pretty good, yeah.
But we're early in this one, fellas. Got a lot of game to go.
Absolutely.
that went up high. 3-1 the count.
I will say this, though, guys, from watching those 2 games, I think this pitcher for Mohawk was dealing pretty heavy the other day, and nothing against Calvert's pitcher, but I would give the slight advantage to her.
This one popped into foul territory, and the first baseman gives it chase, but it goes out of play.
But in saying that, that leads me to say that if Calvert can keep them to 1 run, I can see good things happening here for Mohawk if she stays on her game on the mound.
And the weather is not going to be a factor today.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like it was the other day. It was when Mohawk scored those 9 runs, it's like a heavy mist during that whole frame of that inning.
Say now, don't jinx us, because there was a slight chance today. It's like 20%, so don't be bringing that 20% around here. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sun, compared to the other day, I don't think there was any sun.
Anything in the air, you know, you can catch some wind and get out of here today with the warmth. It's about as much science as I know.
Ooh.
It's the ball forward.
So a 1-out walk will put a runner at first.
Listen, James, if you have a problem with me comparing 2 great local teams to each other, that's on you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. I remember this young lady from the other day, Aubrey Limber. She shows off how limber she is by taking a running start at the pitch here.
Limber with the lumber.
Bringing the lumber.
Say that 5 times fast. It's always interesting. Left-handed hitters in softball always have that running kind of swing.
Swung on and missed. Underneath of it.
The old Happy Gilmore swing.
Go down to first. Got her. Wow. Double play. Strike him out. Throw him out. And the Warriors get out of it. Gottfried is cruising right now. They lead it 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning here. I'm getting ahead of myself.
What a play that was.
Beautiful play.
Great throw. Caught her sleeping.
Get ready to start the bottom half of the second inning. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today. Kyle Holsinger and Emma Meglin on the camera up in the crow's nest. Doing a great job for us today. Jacob Ellis filling in on the headset. Greg the Wizard Kinn here with me, doing a great job on production. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring this to you. Live and paywall free right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, CLOUSE Construction, Lease Floor Covering, SMOKIN Mobile Barbecue and Catering, the Edward Jones offices of TIFFIN, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Sycamore Drive-Thru, Party Carts Rental, Big Jumbo's Dairy Barn, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and ENS Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors bringing you this regional softball game here on Heart of Ohio Sports. A regional final in Division VII softball. These 2 teams vying for a spot in the Final Four.
Yeah, worked very hard to get to this point, Nate.
Waldron starts her out with a high fastball.
How cool is it for these athletes getting to play at D1 facilities at this point? Like, you feel like a big leaguer when you're playing in these facilities. Oh, that's socked left.
Where's it going to land?
It's going to be down for a base hit.
Nice hit there.
Trenna Johnson standing with a double, leading it off for the Warriors here.
This Warriors team just continues to impress, Nate.
That's right.
Here.
And they're seeing the ball well right now. I think that's key. When you get into the tournament time, they're just making contact. Just put the ball in play. Anything can happen. They're making a lot of contact.
They're all over Waldron right now.
That one low and inside.
And this is center fielder number 11.
Got a 4-man blue crew today. We got eyes on every base.
Yeah.
Love to see that. The 1-0. Swung on and missed.
Like I said, these teams work hard to get to this point. You don't want to leave any mistakes that would keep them from advancing to the next round.
That's right. That's right.
Nice.
Bless you.
Thank you.
2 balls, 1 strike. Runner at second base, nobody out. Warriors with a 3-0 lead. Allison Russell at the plate. Swung on and missed. That'll even the count at 2-2. The pitcher in picture. Pitcher in picture? Try to say that 5 times fast.
Greg's always coming up with new ideas.
Yo, tongue twister there, Nate.
And now it's a full count after that one misses high. It's kind of cool. It almost looks like 2 different games going on. That one's low. And so a walk will put runners on first and second with nobody out.
Now batting here is shortstop number 4.
Avery Barth
Avery Barth.
strolls to the plate. Shortstop today. Swung on and missed. This one bunted foul and into the stands.
And it's caught by a fan. If this was banana ball, she'd be out.
That'd be an out.
Stands are packed today.
They really are.
I like whoever's running the speakers today. They got everything. They got the sounds on lock and everything ready for that.
They're having fun up there.
Hey,
No balls, 2 strikes.
You can see the full crowd there kind of in the pitch cam
Yeah.
shot. Not really any room for anybody to sit today. They showed out great.
It was really cool seeing how loud they got when both the teams got introduced, just
Oh,
how
yeah.
excited they are to be here.
Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Kendra Waldron. All 4 outs recorded have been strikeouts.
Keep that up. She'll be getting close to 300 by the end of this one.
As we mentioned in the last game, Greg, she only had 4 games that were not double-digit strikeout games.
And I believe you said they were like 8, 9, and 8
Yeah.
or something.
It's like 3 of them were 8, 9, and 8.
She's the real deal, Nate.
Absolutely.
The heater just looks hard to catch up to.
It was impressive to watch the other day. Just hurt stymie that Calvert lineup. This one hit into center. It's going to get down for a base hit.
Nice.
Throw to third as the runner had to stay put, and they'll get her out because she wasn't sure whether it was going to get caught or not.
Yep. She had to wait for it to come down, see where it was going to land, and just that little bit of hesitation got her caught up there, Nate.
So even though it did get down, they'll get the lead runner. And now 2 outs for Mallory Brickner.
It's always a tough one when you're hitting, too, because you don't get the credit for the hit anymore.
Nope.
And you're like, you want to be mad, but, like, you get it.
Here is catcher number 3.
You know, it's like playing rock and a hard place there.
Gets her swing at that one. So we knew coming into this game it was going to be another story of 2 great pitchers.
Oh, yeah. 2 down. That one in there for a strike. It's now 0-2 with runners at first and second. Waldron trying to get out of this with no damage here. As there were runners at first and second with nobody out.
Warriors were in a good position. Pilots doing a great job there getting out of it, though. You got to finish that.
1-2 the count here on Brickner. Swung on and missed. Another big strikeout. 5 out of the 6 outs recorded by Kendra Waldron have been strikeouts. We're through 2. Mohawk leading 3-0. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
Got a great play, big story, or highlight-worthy moment? We want to hear from you. Scan the QR code on your screen to send us your sports news, photos, or videos for a chance to be featured in an upcoming episode of Heart of Ohio Spotlight. Be the eyes and ears of your community. Submit your news now. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Division 7 regional final in high school softball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We can't thank our sponsors enough for allowing us to bring this one to you folks, because this is the place to be right here on this Friday evening. The best ticket in town, and we got it. And you got it too, right in your living room.
I think I have a new favorite sponsor name, the Big Jumbo's Dairy Barn.
Oh, yeah.
That goes hard.
They are a new business over there in the Sycamore area. Just started up recently. I think they were...
Heard they've got a pretty loyal fan base.
Yeah.
Some great ice cream over there.
Swung on and missed. Aubrey Gottfried on for her 3rd inning of work. She has 1 walk and 3 strikeouts.
Man, I know we talk about the sponsors all the time, Nate, but we just can't talk enough about all the local Sycamore sponsors that jumped on last minute, you know, when we said, hey, we're covering this game. Would you guys want to support it? Absolutely. Without, you know, nobody even hesitated. A lot of these sponsors that jumped on the list here today, just some incredible owners, incredible business owners just sponsoring their team here.
And that was a strikeout there for Gottfried. Addison Zartman was the batter.
3 swings, 3 misses.
Here is center fielder number 4, Ryland Beecher.
PA system starting to sound like a WTTF broadcast. Ryland Beecher at the plate.
So we got a comment here. Somebody said, we love Big Jumbos and our Warriors.
That's right.
It sounds like those two things definitely go together.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, now I'm getting hungry again, but what's right? What's new, right?
Hey, maybe we can stop by there when we're done here. On our way. That's not exactly on our way back to town, is it, though?
That's one of those things that you can make a detour for. We may not make it back today, but
this one slapped to third. Third baseman up with it, throws it over to first for out number 2. Nice play by Katie Woodland.
Whenever we cover Mohawk from now on, we got to go to Big Jumbos at the end of each broadcast.
Hey, listen, guys, we got a short 5-minute drive to TU tomorrow. At 2 o'clock, is that when the game is?
That is a 2 o'clock start for that game tomorrow at Tiffin University.
I bet we'll get out of that one in plenty of time to cruise on over to Sycamore.
Hey, listen, some Big Jumbos for us Big Jumbos.
Hey, now, speak for yourself.
Listen, I just wanted to make it
I
fun.
am watching my figure
Jumbo!
as I slammed 2 pieces of Jets pizza on the way here in between games last time.
Yeah, watching the diet.
I sure dadded those 2 pieces on the way over here, though. You know how on the way home, Dad's got to get a couple pieces when they're still hot and piping? Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I burnt the crap out of the inside of my mouth because it was so hot. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed.
That's why I stopped being a delivery driver, Nate.
People kept saying, hey, why is there always 1 piece missing?
Why does the delivery driver have a burnt mouth? Delicious.
This young lady at the plate was responsible for putting the Pilots into this game as she put one over the left field fence in the last game.
Man.
and put the Pilots up by 2. But this time, she swings and misses as she was trying for those fences, but comes up short. It is 3-0 Warriors as we head to the bottom of the third, and Aubrey Gottfried has sat them down in order.
It's doing a great job going
She's
through.
working pretty good right now. She's looking real good.
I think that's been the big difference. You mentioned just kind of swinging for the fences. Mohawk, all their swings have been short and quick, a lot of choking up on the bat.
Yep.
Ayersville's just looking for, last time you said they had that 2-run, hit, and that was enough.
I
They
feel
gotta
like
get more than that.
I feel like when I was watching watching Ayersville play against Calvert, I watched towards the end of the game, and you could see Leah Boyan kind of trying to give her players instruction on how to swing at this kind of pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to tell her pitchers, or her hitters, hey, I want you to chop down at it, as opposed to trying to swing through it.
Mm-hmm.
Just chop down at it. And I think that's kind of the approach these Mohawk Warriors have taken, as opposed to trying to swing through it, swing for the fences. They're just chopping it down and trying to get it down on the field so they put the pressure on the defense.
It seems like the big thing against her is she's going to get her strikeouts for sure, but if you make the defense work, that's how you score against her.
Katie Woodland here at the plate, I believe.
Katie Woodland at the plate. We'll go through the starting lineups here in just a minute, brought to you by our friends at Danner's Towing and Recycling.
And of course, we'll have to get to our keys to the game. as
Keys
always.
by Lee's. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Katie Woodland.
I'm sure at some point in this back and forth battle, we're going to see a mound visit without a doubt. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That brought to you by our friends, Delicious Barbecue Friends. SMOKIN SOWS, I believe the name.
That's right. 3-1 the count here on Woodland. Katie Woodland leads the team in home runs on the year. She put 11 of them over the fence.
Ooh, that's 11 more than me.
This one,
Nice.
she squared up on that one, but she was out in front of it.
She wanted that number
She
12.
was eager.
That sounded
she
good.
jumped all over that
It
one.
had a good sound to it. I think it's a
And that
little,
one misses. It's 3-2.
little ironic that the pitch cam is brought to you by Relax and Revive, and I don't think you can relax up there on the pitching mound like this.
No.
That should have been. I was gonna say that should have been ball 4 because it was
Oh.
It was 3-1,
Yeah.
and then she fouled it
knows.
off. It was 3-2. Yeah.
Nate knows.
As everybody in the dugout was screaming, "That's ball 4."
It's a good thing we have 4 umpires. One of them's bound to get it right.
Aubrey Gottfried at the plate. This one smoked through the infield, and Aubrey Gottfried is 2 for 2 on the day.
Man. Oh,
Pressure being applied, and she got her down at third
Wow.
as the overthrow caused the runners to advance. But a heads-up play there by the catcher, firing it down to get the out.
Man, I tell you what, Cobble's been doing really good behind the plate today. And just quick reaction. That's a couple times from the outfield, I think they've had a throw go to the backstop or miss someone covering a bag. But great job defensively to recover from that.
Bunted down the third base line. Third baseman comes down and fields it for out number 2. They move the runner over to third. It's Aubrey Gottfried down there at third base.
Just kind of looking to see if they can get another one across here, Nate. Be nice to add one more to the board here.
Waldron's been in trouble every inning, and that pressure just builds on the mound every time.
This is right fielder number 18, Anna Russell.
Anna Russell at the plate. Right fielder. Swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. This one, looping liner, is going to get down. Fair ball.
Nice.
Gottfried will score from third, and the Warriors add another one to their lead. It's now 4-0.
Like you were saying earlier, Nate, just got to put it in play. She found just enough green to get him a 4-0 lead.
And that's huge. Huge.
Now batting is left fielder number 6, Trina Johnson.
Once it gets to that 4 level, it feels like, I don't know, mentally just a lot harder to come back.
This one. Grounded down the first base line. The first baseman misplays it, but then comes back to get the out for out number 3. Through 3, it's 4-0 Mohawk. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Why go to Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lease Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lease Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Meserve Field on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Nate Mullins, Jacob Ellis, and Greg the Wizard Kinn here on the call with you here today. Kyle Holsinger and Emma Meglin. I almost did it. Almost said it wrong. Emma Meglin on the camera with us. Making sure Kyle's ready to take over on his own. Emma, I think, she's pretty good. She's pretty ready.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Swing and a miss. Gottfried with another strikeout. This time she gets Kendra Waldron.
But yeah, she has a lot of photography experience. She does a lot of grad shoots and stuff, so if anyone's looking for a grad photographer, hit up Emma.
There you go, free advertising.
There you go.
You're welcome, Emma. I'm just joking. Bunted in front of the plate. Third baseman comes down, throws it over. Whew. Out number 2 quickly.
Well, I will say this for Emma, guys, at least in my mind. I think some people just have that it. They can see things with the camera, you know, they see the shots and stuff. And so far, right off the bat, she's been really good at this.
Yeah, she's really enjoying it, which is cool.
That's a big plus.
Yes.
I can see some, sometimes I see her doing shots that are very, I would almost call them cinematic looking, and I'm like, there we go. There we go. She knows what's up.
Heart of Ohio movies. Gosh,
Not
if we
everybody
ever
can do
make a
that.
sports movie. Whom?
Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed.
Man.
Ariel Brown at the plate for the Pilots. She's 0 for 1.
Say we're going through 4 here, and she's been almost flawless in this.
There's no almost to it. Darn it.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Oh.
Ow!
This one gets down. The relay to third is not in time. And Ariel Brown in there with a triple.
What a hit.
The 2-out triple will give the Pilots a runner in scoring position.
Thing just kept going and going.
That'll bring up Ava Sigler. Sorry, folks, that was the announcer jinx. My apologies for that one.
Greg was trying to be so subtle.
He really was. He tried. I'll give him that. He tried.
I mean, I never speak in certainties unless I know for sure about something, so, you know.
Oh, I did at that point, but then it's like literally as soon as I said it was like schwack.
So, Greg, was it more lack of not knowing if she hadn't given up a hit yet? You were just guessing?
No, it was a combination.
Fair.
Only a fifth deals in absolutes, Jacob.
Oh, of course. Only a what deals in absolutes?
A fifth.
Nerd. third.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner at third base. Ava Sigler trying to get a hold of one and drive her home here. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Wow. Aubrey Gottfried, another strikeout.
Yeah.
And she is mowing them down. That's strikeout number 7. Whew. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's still 4-0 Mohawk.
What a great way to get out of that one.
Absolutely.
She's dealing today.
Let's go through our starting lineups brought to you by our friends at Danner's Towing and Recycling. For the Ayersville Pilots, batting leadoff, Kendra Waldron, the pitcher. In the 2-hole, Isabella Sierra, the left fielder. Batting third, Ariel Brown, the shortstop. Batting cleanup, Ava Sigler, the third baseman. Batting fifth, Daniela Coble, the catcher. Batting sixth, Aubrey Limber, the first baseman. Batting seventh, Addison Zartman. Batting eighth, Rylan Beecher, the center fielder. And batting ninth, Mika Shrave, the right fielder. There's your starting lineup for the Ayersville Lady Pilots, and now for your Mohawk Lady Warriors. Leading off, Emily Brickner, the second baseman. Mallory Brickner batting second, the catcher. Batting third, Katie Woodland, the third baseman. Batting cleanup, Aubrey Gottfried, the pitcher. Batting fifth, Blake Miller, the first baseman. Batting sixth, Anna Russell, the right fielder. Batting seventh, Trenna Johnson, the left fielder. Batting eighth, Allison Russell, the center fielder. And rounding out the lineup, Avery Barth, the shortstop. Those starting lineups were brought to you by your friends at Danner's Towing and Recycling.
I'm saying, Nate, if you're in the Sycamore area, you probably don't have to say too much about the name Danner's. Everybody knows that name, right?
Yeah, they are the trusted name for towing, scrap, and recycling services. And just like these Mohawk Lady Warriors, they're tough, reliable, and always ready to get the job done. Good luck to the Lady Warriors in the regional final. Danner's is behind you all the way. There's a message from your friends at Danner's Towing and Recycling. We thank them for joining us here on the broadcast for this one.
It's one of my favorite things about high school sports is just how much the community gets invested into these teams, and you know, especially when they get farther, you see like some businesses will shut down just to go support them.
Oh,
it's such a cool atmosphere.
Well, I got to shout out Travis Danner on that one because I messaged him. I friended him on Facebook a while ago. I think he kind of was following our stuff and just kind of, hey, I know that guy. Heard his name before. But I don't know why I never thought about it, but Danner, you know, messaged him. I'm like, hey, why not? I seen he liked something, so I was like, hey, how do I get a hold of somebody about sponsorship? He's like, oh, message my sister. Gave me her phone number. Next thing you know, they're on the broadcast.
There you go.
Sit her down there.
So big shout out to Travis Danner and Amy Danner and all the folks over there at Danner's Towing and Recycling. That one inside.
Hearing all the ohs from the crowd.
Avery Barth at the plate. Greg, remember the last game we were here? They called her Avery Bath. Mm-hmm. And Taco went crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Taco's like, B-A-R-T-H.
Wait a minute, you guys don't have silent R's in your names?
Hey.
No, my name's not Geg.
Geg.
Geg or Gee.
Gagoy.
Gagoy.
This has gone off the rails.
Sometimes
100%.
Our stimming just happens to come out on the broadcast.
There's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Big pitch there from Kendra Waldron.
Man.
You talk about Aubrey Gottfried dealing. I mean, I know she's given up these 4 runs, but just 2 of them are earned. 7 strikeouts for Kendra Waldron through 3 2/3.
Yeah, outside of that first inning, I mean, she hasn't done too bad. Been in trouble a couple times, but she's been able to work out of it. Just that first inning was hard to get through.
Emily Brickner at the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Two down, no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Throws her up on the inside corner. And that is the end of the 4th inning. Warriors lead it 4-0 as we head to the 5th. You're watching the regional final here in Division VII softball on Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, and we're back here. Start of the 5th inning. Sees the Warriors leading it 4-0. Aubrey Gottfried on the mound. This is her 5th inning of work, and she has been spectacular. Seven strikeouts. She puts that one in there for a strike. It's a full count here, 3-2. On Daniela Coble, the catcher. This one fouled off to the right, and it's going to go out of play. Got a little weather rolling in here. We're hoping that it's just going to be a little passerby here, but
Yeah, the radar looks not too bad, but it's just these batches of clouds, and that's, like I said, Nate, that's kind of what they were showing in like 20% chance of. It's just these little pop-ups. So, but you know what I noticed today, though, Nate, is the lights.
There's a little pop-up.
So say the lights aren't on here in the stadium today. Oh!
Second baseman Emily Brickner ranges over to make the play for the first out.
You can definitely feel that the sun went away. My back just got chilly. Nice one in there.
Look at our Relax and Revive Salon and Spa pitch cam. Big shout out to Katie Romanko for her sponsorship here. Huge Warriors supporter as that one lined into left field for a base hit. The Pilots will have a one-out base runner. And that'll bring up Addison Zartman, designated player.
Let's say if the last few days of covering games have shown us anything, Nate, these rallies can come out of nowhere. And we've seen quite a few of them happen with two outs. They just keep putting up runs. So
yeah,
the Warriors got a great lead here. They just got to maintain it, hold on to that one, because like I said, the last few games have been action-packed.
First pitch is down low for a ball. I know we won't be the only ones exposed out here, that's for sure, if it does rain. There's a broadcast crew up on the roof of that press box.
Let's see if the softball gods will spare us here today, Nate.
There's some Mohawk Warrior baseball players down here sharing some space with us.
You love to see that. I always love to see the baseball team supporting the softball team, vice versa.
100%. Gottfried brushes her back with that one. It's a 2-1 count here on Zartman. Three balls and one strike here on Zartman. Runner down at first base, 1 out.
Starting to get to those late stages, just got to chip away here for Ayersville.
Here's a 3-1. In there for a strike. Talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by our friends at Lee's Floor Covering. And it's coming into this one for these Ayersville Pilots. I thought it was going to be key for Kendra Waldron to get deep into this one and to limit these Warriors to under 3 runs. Well, that's already done. That's already out the books. Because for Waldron, I mean, this Warriors team, they put up 10 runs the other day, Greg.
Yeah.
But it took them 7 innings to get rolling. So I figured if she can get settled in, man, she was pitching better later in the game than she was at the beginning of the game the other night. So I figured if she can get late in the game,
it'd be, oh, nice job there. But yeah, absolutely. I know what you're saying there, Nate. You figured if she could get them late in the game and, take them out like that, they wouldn't be able to get, it'd be too late for them to kind of come back from that.
Yeah. Well, that was my key to the game for the Ayersville Pilots is Kendra Waldron. Pretty much just Kendra Waldron. Like, that was my key for them. It's just, if she can do what she did the other day, they're gonna punch their ticket into the finals.
So me and Nate started talking and making a point, and then that happened, and I was like, I was watching. I was like, she got her out. What's happening? What was I saying?
We're sticking with those keys to the game now for the Mohawk Lady Warriors. I thought it was really important for the bottom of their order to come through for them. Those 7, 8, 9 hitters had to come up clutch for them. And today you're talking about Trenna Johnson, Allison Russell, Avery Barth, who right now combined between the 3 of them are 1 for 5 with a walk. But the game's still young, still a lot of time to play. But I thought that'd be important for them to get those bottom 3 in the lineup going. That way you get some table setters for those top players in the order. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters, they can really rake. But the problem the other day is, up until that last inning, they really didn't have anybody on base. They had a lot of opportunities, but it seemed like every time they were getting a hit, there was just nobody on.
Speaking of getting hit.
Was that like simultaneous?
I think
I
so,
said it hit her.
You just cued it. But
there's your keys to the game, brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering.
I thought for sure that one of the keys for Mohawk, like we talked about, was them getting out early with some points. And being able to score those 4 runs early in this one, I think it's definitely putting them in the driver's seat here.
It makes it a lot harder as your opponent when you are down 3 after an inning.
Oh, where'd that one go?
Almost
up and over the press box. But once again, go see the fine folks at Lee's Floor Covering for all of your flooring needs, folks. They will take care of you, whether it's carpeting, laminate, linoleum, whatever you need, folks. They will take care of you. And they'll make you looking good. Now's the time to start preparing for those Thanksgiving and Christmas parties. You want to put the flooring in now and have your place looking really good for the holidays.
You don't want to be stuck doing it last minute.
No. So put those orders in now, folks. Get with the folks at Lee's Flooring Company.
Oh.
That one gets away from the catcher. 2-1 the count here on Mika Shrave. And we remember the other day.
Well, we got runners on third and
second and third.
Okay, I thought so. I thought
2
they
down.
Moved over.
And Shrave the other day put one over that left field fence.
Yeah.
That was the lead.
That was the difference maker. Not just the lead, but the win.
Yeah.
At the end of that one, that's what the difference maker was, Nate.
This is really their first big opportunity to score, too.
The 2-1. Misses outside. It's 3-1.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Gottfried is just kind of pitching around her. I'm okay with putting you on first. I just don't want you to hit it over the fence.
Yeah, it's like what a dangerous situation where you look at the record and you say, oh, only 1 home run, but yeah, she can hit a home run.
Right.
Fouled back into the net, and it's a full count here.
You know, they always say for teams, when you get a tournament, it's 0-0, everyone's even. Well, that applies to hitters, too,
Mm-hmm.
You see, hitters hit 200 in the year. In the playoffs, they're hitting 400 and, have RBIs out of nowhere.
This one, little looping liner is going to fall down, and it's going to be not. I'll tell you what, that was a nice play there by the second baseman or the shortstop to throw that over there in time.
Oh, yeah.
But Mika Shrave was a little slow out of the box on that one, Jacob.
Yeah.
I felt like that would have been a closer play had she been a little bit faster to get off the box, but I think she might have slipped in the gravel there.
She might have.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, when she first hit it, it looked like it was going to be trouble. You know, we were acting as if it was just going to be an infield hit. But
that's what I thought. I thought everybody was pretty much going to be safe and they're going to get run scored. But no.
Yeah, she must
heads up play.
Yeah, Mohawk's been on it defensively.
Another scoreless inning for Aubrey Gottfried. And now the Warriors coming up to bat here. We'll have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Mallory Brickner due up first for the Lady Warriors. Nate Mullins, Greg the Wizard Kinn, Jacob Ellis on the call with you here today. Kyle Holsinger and Emma Meglin on the camera. Let's run through our sponsor list and thank all of these sponsors for helping us bring this one to you live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, CLOUSE Construction, Lee's Floor Covering, SMOKIN Mobile Barbecue and Catering, the Edward Jones Offices of TIFFIN, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Sycamore Drive-Thru, Party Carts Rental, Big Jumbo's Dairy Barn, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and E&S Power Washing Company. Folks, all those sponsors, the reason you're able to watch this one live and paywall free, so please, when you're out there and you're in this community, remember all those sponsors while you're making your financial decisions. Because, folks, they support these broadcasts and allow us to bring this to you live and paywall free here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State.
Yeah, like I talked about, Nate, it wasn't really hard to get some of these sponsors on board. I even reeled in one, and I'm the biggest salesman in the world.
No, not one. Not one.
No, two.
No. There you go. Give yourself some credit there, Wizard.
Salesman.
But like I said, it just they make it easy when they're just so ready to jump at supporting their athletes and their community.
Oh, they were eager. I had people messaging us right after the game saying, hey, how do we get on board? How do we make sure you guys are back there on Friday?
We still have a handful of games. We're talking about next week's schedule. I think you said Wednesday through Saturday. We'll have a couple games
So
in that.
as long as our teams in the area keep having success, we're going to keep having games.
That's right. We got our eyes on a few matchups next week. Let me see what I can find here. If I can pull that up and.
Oh!
This one hit. And it gets down for a base hit into left field. Brickner all the way to second. She's going to hold there with a leadoff double.
Yeah, out and left, Sierra had a good beat on that, but then just bobbled the ball. It went off her knee, kind of went into that corner, which allowed Brickner to get into second there. Yeah, Ayersville already, so they're going to put an error on Sierra for that. So that's their third error of the game.
Now batting here is third baseman number 13, Katie Woodland.
That'll bring up Katie Woodland, third baseman.
Catcher, keep her honest down there at second.
Yeah. They're taking some aggressive secondary leads after the pitches. I mean, with the amount of times that Ayersville has overthrown or made a bad throw, I don't blame them.
That's a nice pitch there from Kendra Waldron. Got it over for a strike. Greg, she doesn't look as dominant as she did the other day. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not taking anything away from this young lady. She's still obviously pitching a great game, but the demeanor that she had the other day, when she took the plate, when she took that pitcher's mound, what a nice catch.
Oh, by the OH report
by the OH guy up there.
Give him credit for that one, Nate.
That was a one-handed snag right out of the air.
He's throwing it back.
He's up there.
Throw it back.
He threw a one-hopper to the guy up there.
He's got papers and stuff in front of him. That's a great job there.
Here's the 1-2. Fouled off, and this one's going to get over his head. He's not. He'd have to be Shaquille O'Neal with a rocket on his back to get to that one.
Go, Gadget Arms.
She's definitely looked vulnerable today, though.
Yeah, I mean,
this one popped up on the infield. Shortstop makes the play.
I love the stance there for on second base. She just made herself super skinny.
No!
Like, I'm on the base. I'm fine. But yeah, to your point, Nate, I don't know. You almost wonder if it has something to do with the coaching of these Warriors or something. Maybe they've studied a lot of her film or something like that. You know, they just seem to have her number in this one and have her shaking a little bit. Like you said, she doesn't seem to carry the exact same confidence she did the other day.
Yeah, I think they stayed to watch her the other day.
Runner off to third, and the throw is not in time. Hopefully the third baseman's okay, because that slide just took the feet right out from underneath of her.
Yeah, it's like you ever watch those videos of people like sledding or whatever and come down the hill and the person behind them doesn't know they're coming. That was kind of what that was like.
Yeah, that did not look. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a quick timeout here, folks. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh,
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back here, Meserve Field on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Third baseman was able to get up on her own power, and hopefully she can shake this off. We'll see if she's going to stay in the game. I don't know if they're going to be able to take her out, because she looks like pretty adamant about staying in this one.
I mean, you know how that is sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get over that initial shot because some things hurt, and then you can just shake them off.
Yeah. Well, also, it might be your final game of the year, and I don't know a single athlete that wants to come out of the game in their, potential final game.
Yeah, she's probably like, I got to have something broke to get out of this field.
I was thinking that scene in Cars, like after the wreck, was like, put me in, Doc. I can still race.
Now who's the dork, Jacob?
Listen, I'm not saying my 8th birthday party was Cars themed. But
Nate, do you remember like 2 years ago I made a birthday thing, a picture for Connor that was all like Cars themed and stuff?
Lightning McQueen.
I saw that the other day.
Good old Connie.
So the winner of this game will move on to face Monroeville, as that winner was determined.
The old Monroeville Eagles.
Yeah, so you'll have potentially a pretty local matchup here between Mohawk and Monroeville, if that was the case, if that's how this plays out. But still 3 innings to play here.
So maybe not backyard rivals, but definitely in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, M&M, so the big wigs at whatever company owns M&M's, here's us. Yeah.
But that'll be played on the 4th. That is next
Tuesday?
Tuesday, I think. Yeah, no, next Wednesday.
Wednesday, my bad.
And that will be at Akron Firestone Stadium, I believe. Let me check that and make sure.
Ooh.
Yes, Firestone Stadium in Akron.
Wonder what that place is like.
I don't know. I'd love to find out.
Right?
Never been there.
It's a great facility there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's a different one, Greggy.
Oh, it's not the.
That's not the Rubber Ducks.
My bad. What's the name of that place? Akron what?
Firestone.
Firestone. I was thinking.
Yeah, the Rubber Ducks is Canal Park.
Yeah, okay. I forgot that they had the different name to it. I just remember there being tires. Something had to do with tires there. The Rubber Ducks.
Runner at third. 1 out. Here's the 1-2. Gottfried skies this one up the elevator shaft. Catcher puts it away for out number 2.
That was straight up the elevator shaft, didn't he?
Great job by her just to rip the mask off and find it. It's a lot harder than people think there behind the plate to locate that ball in the air.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you're up there around the home plate. There's little divots and stuff, so you're standing straight up and trying to walk around. Like, you could easily trip and fall.
Oh, yeah. You never know where the bat is either. Oh.
That one high.
Way
It
to
goes
use
off
your
of her
head.
helmet.
Yeah.
And so that'll put a runner on first and third with 2 down.
She just walked it off like it was nothing.
hopefully the sound wasn't too bad, so hopefully it just like clipped it.
Yeah. The lights are coming on now.
Yeah, let's see that. The weather changed and the lights. All right, we'll take our hour to turn on here.
It was so
Gotta
weird.
warm up the glow plugs.
When we were here the other day, the lights were on for the 2 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there when the lights came on at Meserve Field.
Not very often do you play under the lights in the afternoon.
That's right.
Honestly, this level, it's just cool to play under the lights in general.
Swung on and missed. Nice pitch there from Waldron. Runner will scamper over from first to second.
Little scamper. That little scamp.
Little yeet, skeet, and boogie.
Not to be confused with the skedaddle. This one bunted foul down the first baseline.
Risky idea to bunt with 2 outs.
Folks, you looking for mouth-watering barbecue that comes to you? Smokin' SOWS Mobile Barbecue and Catering out of Tiffin brings the heat to food truck events, grad parties, weddings, and more. With custom menus, made from scratch food, cakes, and desserts, every bite's a crowd pleaser. Find them on Food Truck Finder, Facebook, or visit SmokinSOWS.com for more info. That's Smokin', S-O-W-S, SmokinSOWS.com.
Not a mound visit, but I'll go ahead and show them some love here since we haven't really had one.
Well, with 2 dominant pitchers on the mound today, I don't know if we're going to get a whole lot of mound visits. So let's throw them some love whenever we get a chance because they're great people. I just absolutely love those people at Smokin' SOWS Barbecue. I mean, obviously, I've known these people for a long time. They used to be regulars at a restaurant I used to work at. They'd come in and eat about once, twice a month. They knew me pretty well. I knew them pretty well. There goes the scoreboard.
Oh.
Now it's back. And it's ball 4 up high to Allison Russell. Actually, it's Anna Russell.
Oh, we got our mound visit.
And now we have a mound visit here.
You're just jinxing everything today, Nate.
I guess so. I'm speaking too soon.
Well, when you got the bases loaded up in a situation like this, it's a good time for one.
Now, we do have 2 outs, so force at any base here. But these Warriors, the other night when we were here, Greg, they put a lot of runs on the board with 2 outs.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Nate, in the last few games that we've covered over the last few days, we've seen that happen multiple times from multiple teams.
Yeah.
We saw the Warriors do it. We saw Lexington do it against Columbia, and we saw Columbia do it back against Lexington.
That's right.
That's been proven over and over again here these last few days that 2 outs doesn't really mean anything.
Playoff sports are just wild.
A lot can happen with 2 outs.
Mm-hmm.
Or nothing at all can happen.
Yeah.
Be quick. That's the game of baseball. It's insane.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out here in a sec.
The guys over at Smokin' SOWS are over at Nugent's Canal in Port Clinton.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you said they were going to be in Port Clinton this weekend.
We got an event they're doing tonight, and then June 5th, they'll be over at Upper Sandusky at the First Thursday event.
Nice.
So that's where you can catch them the next couple times they're out. Nice pitch from Waldron there. And it's 0-2 here on Trenna Johnson.
She had not thrown that breaking ball in a minute because Mohawk's just been all over it today. Good pitch there.
You got to love a mobile barbecue unit like that, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
So they get around, and obviously they get around a lot of places.
Bring the party to you. This one grounded on the infield. Second baseman unable to field it cleanly.
Wow.
The runner is safe. Another run will score, and it's 5-0 Mohawk.
Over there at second, that was just a case of Eldridge letting the ball play her. She was backpedaling a little bit and tried to take it on too many hops and then backhanded it instead of just fielding it like a normal ground ball, and got her all sorts of confused, and that's a big extra insurance run here, and the 4th error for the Pilots.
It's just gonna, when you're in this kind of situation, you're at this level in the tournament, mistakes like that, you can't have it.
Yeah, they can snowball.
Yeah.
Right. And at second base, when I was, playing, you get that false sense of hope. You're like, you're so close to first. I have all the time in the world. You forget these bases are only 60 feet.
That one in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Allison Russell at the plate. She is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the 0-2. This one hit into shallow infield. The first baseman scoops it, underhands it to first. Actually, it was the second baseman that scooped it and threw it over. But nevertheless, we are through 5. It's 5-0 Mohawk. This this regional final here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be right back after this.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
Got a great play, big story, or highlight-worthy moment? We want to hear from you. Scan the QR code on your screen to send us your sports news, photos, or videos for a chance to be featured in an upcoming episode of Heart of Ohio Spotlight. Be the eyes and ears of your community. Submit your news now. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back here to Meserve Field on the campus of Bowling Green State University. One pitch, one out, as we missed one pitch. Sorry, folks, but Aubrey Gottfried
They don't waste time.
sent it into Kendra Waldron, and she sent it into center field, but it was caught by the center fielder for out number 1.
So we learned that the other day, Nate, that they don't waste any time in between the innings over there.
Michaela Sierra at the plate.
I felt a raindrop. Get out of here, Rain.
I felt it, yeah. Oh, boy.
Go away.
Right? Oh, scoreboard went out again.
There it went, back up. A running bunt. Pitcher throws it over to first. Safe. Wow. As the throw caused her to come off the bag a little bit.
Oh, man.
So, one out runner on.
I thought she had that one, but
yeah,
way to outrun that one.
Great start to the inning for the Pilots.
Yes, we have umbrella. I'd take it up to him, yeah.
Okay. Must be nice to work for a company that provides you with an umbrella.
I thought you were setting your headset down, Jacob.
I was about to. Yeah, I love when we have the cameras that hook on the tripods really well. Those are super great.
Nice job, Jacob. Well done.
Did he just try to walk away with his headset on? This is why we keep Jacob on the camera, folks.
That's right.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just not.
Jeez. Poor guy.
Oh, it happens to the best of us.
Or the rest of us.
Not me, of course, but yeah, the other quote-unquote best of us. Yeah. What you looking for there?
That little brown rag thing we had
Uh-oh.
covering the monitor up. I don't know.
So far we're doing all right. We just got a little bit of them here.
Swung on, fouled off to the right and out of play. Just a couple little drops. That's no big deal.
Got yourself a nice little group of Ayersville fans. Some young kids over here. They was all going for that one. It's a unique setting how they just kind of put everybody in the one spot together for the
Oh,
fans.
yeah. I love it. Very Heidelberg-esque. Thank you, Jacob.
Oh.
Fouled back into the backstop.
Didn't break the headset? It's good?
No, it still works.
Yeah.
We're good.
Darn you, Jacob. Sends that one higher there.
Ariel Brown at the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout from Gottfried.
Oh.
And now they got the runner in a rundown. Throw down to second.
Oh,
Throw to first. This is what you call a pickle right here. And now the runner is out for out number 3.
Wow.
And the Warriors once again hold the Pilots scoreless in the top of the 6th.
Pickles are a scorekeeper's worst nightmare, and right there was the Pilot's worst nightmare.
I think they're also a cameraman's worst nightmare because I had 3 different cameras. I was trying to catch up with the action there. They were all over the place.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
Yeah, she started going and then she just stopped for a second.
Warriors on top 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Nate Mullins, Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today.
Well, Nate, we should always...
Jacob Ellis here with us, as well as Kyle Holsinger and Emma Meglin on the camera. Well, let's thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring this one to you live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, CLOUSE Construction, Lee's Floor Covering, SMOKIN SOWS Mobile Barbecue and Catering, the Edward Jones Offices of TIFFIN, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Sycamore Drive-Thru, Party Carts Rental, Big Jumbo's Dairy Barn, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and ENS Power Washing Company. All proud sponsors bringing you this Division 7 regional final matchup right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I want to give a big shout out to the Edward Jones offices at Tiffin, Katie Daniel, and Elaine Doherty. Because I tell you what, Elaine, they messaged me wanting to get on board for Tornado softball, and we just never really got a chance to confirm anything in time, and we weren't able to get them on board for Tornado softball. But she got a hold of me and she says, "Hey, how do I get on for these Mohawk games? This Calvert game. How do we get on for these games?" It just goes to show you, Greg. Elaine has a daughter that plays for Tiffin Columbian softball, so she wanted to support Tiffin Columbian softball. But she also knows how hard these girls are working to get to this point. So she said, "Hey, you know what? I just want to support these girls. I want to support your broadcast because I love what you guys do." Just a big shout out to Elaine Doherty, all the fine folks at the Edward Jones offices in Tiffin. That's not just one office, but Elaine is kind of my primary contact for that. So is Katie Daniel. And that one hit into center field. Emily Brickner on her way to second. Now she doesn't hesitate at all the way over to third. 1 out triple.
Thought she was going to go
Emily
away.
Brickner.
Man, the wheel's on her.
Between Emily and Mallory Brickner, they have done a number on Kendra Waldron today.
Did you say we have 1 out, Nate? Is that what you said?
1 out with a runner at third base here in the bottom of the 6th for Mallory Brickner. Mallory watches that one inside for a ball and inside for a strike.
Guys, how did she run that fast around the bases and make
She-
those turns?
no hesitation when she got
know.
to second.
Like, how do you make that turn without slipping on the dirt out there? At the speed she was traveling, wow.
Well, Greg, you and I try to take a turn at a 30-degree angle and we might take a fall.
I'll fall off. I'll take a step off the base and fall.
My mom's watching, and she heard my comment about the birthday party. She texted me and said, "Hey, you loved that party." I did, Mom. I did.
No complaints.
No.
It's kind of like I had a party for my kids at the, back when it was Jumpers Wild, the Bouncy Inflatables house thing played. I had Spider-Man and Batman both show up to their birthday party.
Sick.
They still talk about it.
Yeah.
As though Spider-Man and Batman showed up to their birthday party.
Those are like the cool parties as a kid.
I mean, you're talking about parties. You want to get a hold of Party Carts Rental for sure.
There you go.
Miss Molly Reed, Aaron Eckleberry over there, co-owners of the Sycamore Drive-Thru. One of the proud sponsors jumped on with no hesitation here today.
Mohawk, if they keep things up, they're about to have the biggest party of their life.
Yeah, I'm
Head to
sure
the
they'll
Final
have a spot on that party cart for sure.
Say, by the way, I talked to Aaron yesterday. It seemed like the Party Carts Rental pretty much got anything you could ask for to be rented.
That's awesome.
And sounds like it got him himself delivering things around to you, so you make sure he gets there good and on time. So
there you go. Always have the highest quality of sponsors.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Brickner fouls that one off to the right. Come back and do it again at 3-2.
They've had so many long at-bats against Waldron, just wearing
They really
her down.
have. They have had a very good approach at the plate against her today. Selective, I think is the good word to use.
Yes. And that is the key to the one good inning that Calvert really had against this team, as you spoke about them being patient at the bat on their game the other day. And you even said when the game was over, I wish it could have been a little bit more patient in some more of those innings, because that's what you have to do against this pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Warriors might have learned that lesson by watching that day.
Absolutely. Man, it's not like Waldron's done a bad job, but also this defense hasn't helped her out either.
I'll tell you this much, if I was the Warriors, I wouldn't be surprised if they turned down the
Change up. This one hit into right field. Right fielder camps under it to make the play for out number 2.
Whoa.
The throw to the plate will not be in time. The runner tags and scores. And the Warriors add to their lead. It's now 6-0 Mohawk here in the bottom of the 6th. Just an insurance run there, Jacob.
That was a great job base running by Brickner. Started heading towards home and said, wait a minute, I can tag here.
That's right.
So, yeah, just manufacturing runs. That's what he got to do against Waldron. She's at, according to Game Changer, 112 pitches.
She's labored, too.
Yeah,
she has labored through this one.
It's because they're being patient, making it work. Yeah.
4 walks, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, but 7 hits. As we mentioned, just 2 of those runs have been earned.
Mm-hmm.
But these Warriors, they're just putting the ball in play, putting the pressure on the defense.
And I think that Brickner triple was maybe the first extra base hit they had today. Maybe one of 2 or 3 at most.
Yeah.
So it's been slow rolling, just, churning out good opportunities.
Yeah, they only had 1 extra base hit. That was the double by Trenna Johnson. Other than that, obviously they give them this one hit into left center. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Woodland standing into second base with a double. And these Warriors, once again, rallying at the plate.
Whatever we say today, I think they just hear us and they're just taking it personally.
Yeah.
Every time we say something.
I'll say this, though, guys. She hit that one really far out there, and for them to be able to cut her off at second base was pretty impressive, too.
Oh, yeah.
She hit that about an hour ago. That thing might be out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, with this wind blowing in, you're not getting anything out of here right now.
Nah.
Unless you put some muscle on it. Coble brings it out of the batter's box and walks it out to the pitcher almost. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down, runner at second base. Mohawk leading 6-0, looking to punch their ticket at the state semifinals. I think that was a foul tip.
It's going to take out of there.
Sounded like it went off her bat. Yeah, it did.
No matter how this game ends for Ayersville, it's nothing to sneeze at. Making, the final 8 in your division. Yeah. Incredible season, and especially for Waldron,
well,
done it on both sides.
Jacob, I'm just telling you this right now. This game's not over yet.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. No doubt.
After what we watched Mohawk do the other night,
yeah,
you could put 9 on the board and still not be safe.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But another run on the board for the Warriors. They now lead it 7-0.
Well, the big thing here, Nate, is with the run rule, 1 more run ends it.
That's right. That is right. Well, no, it'd be 10-0.
Would it be 10?
10.
Yeah, I thought it was 8 after 5.
No.
I was going to
10.
I was just about to ask, is it changed for softball? I thought it was 10.
I never claimed to be smart.
I are smart?
I is pretty, I is smart.
But regardless, here, I was going to say, regardless here, guys, you get out of this inning, and you just got to get 3 more outs against Ayersville to get out of here at this one. You don't even have to put up any more points after that.
We'll have a relief runner here.
Oh, relief runner, okay.
As checking in is Reese Hoover down at first base to run for Aubrey Gottfried.
So the crowd was loving that one.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, you looking for trusted expert oral surgery? At YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they're a privately owned practice, not a corporate chain, focused on personalized care. Led by board-certified surgeon Dr. Jason YANICH, they offer advanced, compassionate care for everything from wisdom teeth extraction to life-changing implants. Patients and referring dentists alike count on them because they deliver. Call 740-389-2100 or visit YANICHoralsurgery.com to schedule your consultation today. Spelled just like you see it there on the screen. They are our scoreboard sponsor. I'll give a big shout out to Jason Yannick for reaching out to me. He saw the ad on Wednesday, and he said, hey, he was one of the first ones to reach out after I posted it. I was like, how do I get on board? How do I sponsor? And he jumped on the top spot. He's like, what do I get with this? I had to kind of walk him through the process, and then he's like, hey, give me that top spot. I want the premiere.
There you go, yeah.
He wanted to show his support for these Warriors. I went in there for a strike, and it's a full count here. Blake Miller at the plate.
I'd say 2.5 hours of screen time is pretty good marketing.
Yeah, I would say so too. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Waldron with a big strikeout. But the Warriors put 2 more on the board. They lead it 7-0 after 6. We'll come back with the 7th inning, and the Pilots down to their final 3 outs potentially. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Why go to Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lease Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lease Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, we're back. We've had an out recorded here as that one lined into right field for a base hit. Daniela Coble on her horse to second base. In there with a standout double. And the Pilots have a runner on with 2 outs.
That one took it right out there.
Yeah, right off. Almost caught it first.
Aubrey Limber at the plate. We'll get a relief runner here for Coble.
Yeah, that first one was a ground out, I think?
Yes.
Nate
grounded out to the pitcher.
Want to shout out that comment here that we saw during the commercial break about one of our great sponsors. Said I believe his wife was on either the 2003 or 2005 state softball team. So softball must run strong in that family.
Absolutely.
No wonder he wanted to sponsor.
It's such a cool moment.
Well, it just goes to show you, I mean, people from that school, they support this school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
this is a great community full of support for these Mohawk Warriors.
Yeah. And, these runs, state was 03-05. That's 20-year gap. So, you really appreciate these moments when you have them.
Absolutely. I think they've been back a couple times since then.
Yeah.
Ooh. Swung on and missed. Gottfried got her to chase that one up high.
Yeah, we have a lot of...
She's just looked so good through all these innings.
She really has. Lights out. Low outside. As we mentioned, the winner of this one will move on to face Monroeville in the state semifinal. That'll be played next Wednesday.
Ooh. Chin music there.
What would Nate usually say? Brushed her back there?
Brushed her back. A little brush back. Fouled back into the net. 2-2 the count.
You guys are talking about it in the bottom half, but these Pilots, they're not going to go down without a fight.
That's right.
This has been a 6-7 pitch at bat already.
Oh, this is a tough team here.
They battle.
Yeah, you don't get here by accident.
Aubrey Limber at the plate. She's got a full count here. Choked up on the bat. Here's a 3-2. This one swung on, popped foul, and how to play down the first baseline. Third baseline.
Just wonder what's going through their heads, on this Warriors team. Last time out, they were the team needing to come back. Now they're the team up 7. I wonder if that, they kind of have that nervousness of, we did this to someone else. Can it be done to us?
The 3-2. Popped foul, and
almost.
just out of the reach of Katie Woodland down there at third base.
Yeah, you got to wonder if the table is flipped like you're talking about, Jacob, or if they're just standing out there with the confidence, knowing that we're going to finish this one out here and not shakeable at all. They look really confident out there today.
Yeah. They seem really relaxed, too, which is good.
Full count. 1 out, runner at second. Here's the pitch from Gottfried. Popped up foul and out of play and into the stands and off the top of the fence in the stands. Pilots potentially down to their final 2 outs here. Aubrey Limber trying to keep their hopes alive here. Here's the 3-2. Check, swing, and she did not go.
Wow.
So she'll get a free bag down to first base. They check the appeal down at third. They say, no, she did not go. So a 3-2 walk. We'll put runners at first and second with 1 out.
Man, that was close. I think that was the right call, but
Yeah.
whew, that was close.
Addison Zartman at the plate. This one fouled back and out of play.
Just got to find a way to put it between the lines. Gottfried's now over that 100-pitch mark, so
yeah,
he's going to start the labor here.
This one grounded to short. Shortstop throws over to first for out number 2, but that will move the runners over to second and third. But now the Pilots down to potentially their final out.
Barth there, nice job of staying with it. You're telling as a fielder, if you bobble it, any hesitation, go to first. So nice job, nice composure there in a big moment.
And Aubrey Limber was going to beat that out to second base, so there's no sense in trying to get that out at second. Just get the sure out at first.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to be aggressive here with the big lead.
That's right.
It's intelligent, very smart ball.
First one in there for a strike. Rylan Beecher at the plate. Beecher pops this one foul. First baseman ranges over and almost makes the play.
Wow. I thought we were going to have a highlight there.
Right.
A highlight to end the game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man.
It's a good thing I wasn't on camera because last time Mohawk made a highlight to end the play, I got the dirt.
Yeah, and Patrizzi gave me all kinds of crap about that one the next time I saw Mohawk.
I bet. I felt so bad.
The 0-2 is up high. It gets behind the catcher, so 1 run will score. So the Pilots
ain't done yet.
Get rid of the goose egg.
Like we talked about, Nate.
But still, it's a 1-2 count, 2 down. Pilots down to their final strike here. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Ball game. And the Warriors punch their ticket into the Final Four, where they will meet Monroeville next Wednesday at Akron Firestone Stadium. What a ball game for Aubrey Gottfried and the Lady Warriors. They're moving on. Their magical season continues.
And we'll continue, Nate, when we come back with our post-game show.
We'll be right back after this, folks. Don't go anywhere. We got our post-game show coming up, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. That's coming up next. Big win for Mohawk, 7-1. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are live from Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University as the Mohawk Warriors, the Lady Warriors, punch their ticket into the Final Four in the state semifinals, which we played at Akron Firestone Stadium next Wednesday with a dominant 7-1 victory here over the Ayersville Pilots. And they put a stop to an 18-game winning streak in order to get there, Greg.
Yeah.
What an accomplishment. And, I mean, just the patient approach, the game plan today against these Pilots, it was on point for the Warriors.
Yeah, it was one of those games where you definitely knew throughout all 7 innings that no matter what the score was on the scoreboard, this one wasn't over. It was never over because, you know, both of these teams have such a fighting spirit that they can do amazing things in just one inning with 1 out, with 2 outs. So, yeah, to battle all the way to the end, the Warriors got out with an early lead, and to be able to maintain that, and they knew they had to go the complete distance. They knew they had to go to the last out, Nate.
That's right.
And they absolutely did it. And like I spoke about, you know, I compared the 2 pitchers of Calvert and Mohawk, saying that I would give the edge to Mohawk's pitcher. I think she's just slightly better. And just like I talked about, you know, only giving up 1 run. Only giving up the 1 run, man.
That's right.
That's the key to this one. I thought to myself, if I compared those 2 and Calvert only gave up 2 runs, what can Mohawk do?
Yeah.
And then you see it.
And on top of the pitching, she had 3 hits,
Yeah.
2 RBIs. She was the Mohawk Warriors today.
Yeah, she led the charge for the Warriors. Like you said, those 3 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. She did her part on the mound. And, I mean, if that's all, if those are the only runs she had, that was enough.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's exactly what I'm saying. I knew if they could keep the Pilots' runs low, they'd have a really good chance of winning this one now. Did I think they would score 7? Not necessarily, but great job by them.
Yeah. Phenomenal job by these Warriors today as they come away with a victory and they move on to the state semifinals. But, you know, you can't say anything about these.
No,
you can't say enough about these Ayersville Pilots.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said, did I expect them to score 7? Not necessarily, because the Pilots are a great team out here.
Mhm.
Absolutely great team, and you knew this one was going to be a battle, and it was, regardless of the scoreboard.
But the focus belongs on these Mohawk Warriors right now.
Absolutely. They're almost a perfect game played by them. What more could you ask for, fellas?
Absolutely. And this is going to be a team that, you know, a lot of people, they're going to be looking at this team and saying, all right, are they the favorites? Are they the team to beat in Division 4 or in Division 7?
They looked like it
when
today.
comes to yeah. And, I mean, they'll face Monroeville when it comes up next round. So
we're going to do some research on this Monroeville team, see what they're walking into here.
Yeah. But no matter what, I mean, if you face Mohawk, you're going up against a team that not only beat Kendra Waldron, beat a team on an 18-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Like, they stopped the hottest team, arguably, in the division. And now you got to play them to win a championship? That's tough.
Tough sledding.
Yeah, those winning streaks, they're no joke. It takes a lot of mental toughness to make your way through those kinds of things, to take off the 1-4, start at the season, figure out what you were doing wrong, what you were doing right, and then just perfect it like that. 18-game run. Great job by the Pilots here this season. But
Absolutely.
Man, they just ran into a buzzsaw called the Mohawk Warriors here today.
And these Mohawk Warriors take care of business. They move on with a 7-1 resounding victory over the Ayersville Pilots.
Man, they should be so proud of themselves, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is something you remember for the rest of your life.
Great camera work there as we get a nice shot of them all. Big smiles on their faces. Couldn't be happier today.
But once again, thanks for tuning in here on our post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Guys, any final thoughts here before we wrap this one up? Because we still got some more baseball to cover tomorrow as we'll be live from TIFFIN University. So we got to get some rest tonight, get rested up for that one. That's a 2 o'clock first pitch.
And I'm sure you guys can hear the wind blowing in the mics. It's not necessarily like the safest weather out here right now.
So all that being said, any final thoughts, Greggy?
An amazing game. Like I said, in my mind, I thought the score would be a little bit closer just because I knew the potential of both teams. But Mohawk, man, they just really showed out today, and they showed exactly what they could do. This team, they looked unstoppable here today, Nate.
They did, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jacob, what you got on this one?
Man, fantastic game. Aubrey Gemfried, that's the new last name because she just threw a gem of a game. Best game like you could ever throw to get yourself into the Final Four. And you got all the momentum now. You know, who's to say in a week this team isn't holding another trophy?
That's right. And, I mean, there's only 2 games left. They only need 2 more wins to get to that point where they're hoisting the trophy that they want to hold at the end of the year. But right now, that trophy is the one they get to take back to Sycamore and hoist it up and be proud in front of all the Sycamore faithful, because they got a lot of time to celebrate between now and Wednesday. A whole weekend to soak it up with the Sycamore faithful.
You know they're going to soak it up, and then they're going to get right back to work.
Yeah.
This team is they're rocking and rolling here.
They're probably going to soak it up over there at Big Jumbo's Dairy Barn with a nice celebratory.
Soak up some ice cream for
that's
sure.
right.
Woo-hoo.
Celebratory ice cream over at Big Jumbo's.
So like guys, they're giving each of them their medals now as they turn around. The crowd's giving them their applause.
Yeah, Kyle getting a picture of half of them facing us and half of them facing the other way.
Good job, Kyle.
He's doing his best.
You want to thank our sponsors one more time before we get out of here?
Yeah, let's thank our sponsors one more time before we wrap this one up. I want to thank our pregame show sponsor, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, our first pitch sponsor, First National Bank of Sycamore. Postgame show, which you're currently tuned into, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Our pitch camp today was brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. Keys to the Game, Lee's Floor Covering. Mountain visits today were brought to you by SMOKIN, SOWS Mobile Barbecue and Catering. Scoreboard, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. SkyCam was presented by CLOUSE Construction. And starting lineups brought to you by Danner's Towing and Recycling. We'd also like to, let's go ahead and read the whole list here, folks, because I got a little carried away there, but I want to make sure we give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, we absolutely cannot thank these people enough for helping us be here today.
Absolutely. Once again, thanks to XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, CLOUSE Construction, Lee's Floor Covering, SMOKIN SOWS Mobile Barbecue and Catering, the Edward Jones offices of TIFFIN, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, First National Bank of Sycamore, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Sycamore Drive-Thru, Party Carts Rental, Big Jumbo's Dairy Barn, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and ENS Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors that brought you this regional final softball game right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, that's going to do it for us today, folks. Don't forget, we'll be live tomorrow afternoon from TIFFIN University's Heminger Field as the TIFFIN Columbian Tornadoes take on Wapakoneta in the district final for the right to move on to the regional round. That's once again a 2 p.m. first pitch. Make sure you tune in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports tomorrow for that district final matchup. But that's it for us today. I want to thank Kyle Holsinger, Emma Meglin, Jacob Ellis, and Greg Kinn for their efforts today in producing a phenomenal broadcast for all of you watching at home. But thanks to all of you for watching. And thanks once again for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's going to do it for us today. Have a great day, everybody. You've been watching the Pulse of the Buckeye State.